Ladies
Good.
and gentlemen, welcome to the Chu Chronicles. My name is Chu, and every episode I bring a musician or an artist that's performing at Sareth Fest this year. We're going to be at the Blowback Gallery on July 18th, 19th, and 20th. We're going to start with an open mic, some music, some comedy the next 2 nights. It's free to get in, but you can donate to the venue and all that stuff, and uh, so we can help them out as well. So, awesome, good stuff. Uh, so my guest today is Rafi Ornelas from Panpsychism. How are you, my friend?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Excited to be on here.
Awesome. I'm excited to be have you as my guest, man. So we're gonna take a journey, take me on a journey of your music tour by starting with Voltaic. How'd you all form?
Ooh, that's a long story, but long story short, we used to have a different band, right? So it's called Last Days. Had it with some homies named Connor and Kenny at the time, and this other guy named Isaiah. Um, we started there, but we ended up deciding we wanted to do something a little more heavy, a little like more Metallica like. Um, Ooh, what the heck? Yeah, a little more Metallica like, a little more heavy Slayer, and then Voltaic came around with Kenny and myself, and then Jackson joined the picture. He was another guitarist, and then Isaiah Moreno joined as well, and that's kind of how Voltaic formed. And we just started playing music, doing covers. Our first show was at the Rainbow Bar back when it was still open, and yeah, that's pretty much the forming story of us. And then after that, we kind of just played shows everywhere, started talking to people, meeting people, hooked up with Retention again, and then yeah, started doing more shows with them.
Awesome. Yeah, I missed the rainbow. It's like Justin and he ran the boat pretty awesome, and yeah, it's not the same without them because it was just one of the coolest venues to be at.
Oh yeah, but yeah, just how where the placement was, and just like right where he was in downtown. And, the bar itself was just really nice. I like the vibe of the place, but the music scene continues. That's what is inspiring.
Big time. You gotta go with the flow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Indeed. Yeah, we got two audience members in the audience, so if you'd like to interact in the chat, you're more than welcome to, but just be nice to us. Sometimes I'm a
Okay,
big softy.
somebody in the chat. Oh, cool. I don't
Yeah,
see anybody in the chat.
in time, I hope. But yeah, that's the cool thing about these things. And so retention happened, and panpsychism happened, and you're still going on strong. And so, how did y'all link up?
So at the time when Retention and Voltaic were very active, um, there was just some stuff going on within the band, and ultimately we decided that joining forces would be the best outcome for all of us, and we did. And then we released our first EP the following year, and started playing shows, going out of town, all that stuff. And here we are now. Lots of other things have been happening since then. Going
Heck yeah.
out, we just played a show this Sunday over at What's Left Records in Springs, and a few weeks before that it was at Havoc at the Black Sheep, and yeah, and then soon we're gonna be going to Albuquerque, and then we're gonna be going to your show.
Heck yeah. It's gonna be so much fun. I love doing it every
Oh, I
year.
can't
So
wait.
yeah. And seeing you all headline again, and it's gonna be you always bring a crowd, and so it's pretty rad.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and then I remember like I was talking to Ray, and he was like, "You guys formed like Voltron, and when part of Voltaic Retention came together." So
Yeah, pull my Voltron. Yeah, Wu Tang right there.
for sure, that's what I love too. It's like y'all like shout out Wu Tang, Wu Tang. It's like it's such a cool band, cool crossover.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, dude, I love Wu Tang. I've loved Wu Tang since before I knew I loved Wu Tang. Like I would hear it just out of in the wild, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a cool song. And then I found out who Wu Tang was, and I just never stopped listening to them.
Indeed, it's they're one of my favorite groups, and like I was, you know. this superhero came because I got to hang out with some of them uh, during like a couple times like in LA and then like sometimes in like Florida. They did like an after party at a like a clothing shop, and like half of them showed up. It was like the
Yeah,
craziest thing.
nice. That is so cool.
Yeah, and it was worth the $20 to go to that after party, so it was really nice.
Oh yeah, dude. I'd
Yep.
love to meet him one day. Honestly, I'd love to meet all of them. Method Man is my favorite, to be honest. Method Man and the Jizza, and even the RZA. They're like the top three for me. Those homies, I just love their flow. I love the way they flow and everything. Especially Liquid Swords. With Jizza's album, Liquid Swords, that's one of my top favorite albums. Next to 36 Chambers
Indeed.
and ODB. ODB's Return to the 36. I could keep going. I could talk about him for hours.
Heck yeah, dude. Oh man, the crazy thing was like I spent 3 hours with the RZA in LA once. It was just me, him, and his entourage. It was like we were talking about comic books and horror
Nice.
movies. It was like the craziest thing ever.
Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Heck yeah. So like I didn't know how much of a nerd we both were, and so it was like, hell yeah, we're all nerds. So
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. It's just the style they bring. I really love like where they dive into as far as like the movies and the sound bites, the samurais, and all that kind of stuff. It's just right up my alley.
for sure, dude. I love it.
I just love the
It's
companion, the brotherhood companionship too. Like the way they grew up and everything. Because I watched all their like documentaries and all the like the series and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's just a nice, inspiring story.
big time. All those trials and tribulations. I love like the Mike and Men. Their Showtime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just watched that too. Yeah.
good times. Yeah, man,
Oh
it's like
yeah.
awesome. I and there in Method Man, it was just like I became friends with like they were like one of his opening acts came was performing at the House of Blues in L.A. and I go, he was a rapper from Connecticut. He still raps, but he goes, hey, this is a picture of Method Man's manager. If you see him at the merch booth, tell him that you're a friend of mine, and then he'll get you, And I'm like, cool. So I didn't expect anything. I was just like, hey, I'm, Big Stat's friend. And he goes, oh, Big Stat? He goes, do you want to go meet Method Man after the show? I'm like, sure. So that's how I met Method Man.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, and it was at the Key Club, and I didn't know there was like some like crazy like trick doors and stuff. And it was like it was wild, but it's not open anymore. It's changed to like Live Oak or something. But Key Club is dope
Uh,
for
that's
sure.
cool. That's cool.
Good times, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna do your
Yeah.
rig rundown. So you have the PDP shells, the Evans head, and the Sabian symbols. So why'd you pick all those to rock with?
Oh, okay. So I'll start off with um, the PDP, the set. So the shells, I got those mostly because everybody I know in the drum community tells me that they're the knockoff version of the DWs because of the little gaskets between the stud holes and all that stuff. And it just sounds great. Like it's a nice sound. They're nice shells, and it's just a really nice kit. And I got it for a good deal, so I was like, all right, I'll go with it. And yeah, I've been with them ever since. And then as far as the Evans heads, I picked those because same idea. The drum community and everybody that played drums around me was like, oh yeah, these are the most universal heads that you can get. And it was like the EC2s and stuff, the ones with the black stripe on them. And yeah, I've been rocking those ever since. And then recently, when I went to the studio with Taylor Hahn, he had this snare drum that had a Evans, the Dry HD, I believe. I'll have to check my facts on that, but it's a nice like solid white head, and it has like little holes around it, but it's a nice crisp sound, and that's why I chose them. So I was like, okay, these are good for live and studio, so I'll take them. And then Sabian has just always been my favorite because of the brightness, and also because one of my favorite drummers, Gene Holgan. has been playing them in depth for years, and I learned off of one of his playthrough videos that he used those because of that, and I was like, oh, maybe I should get those.
For sure, dude. It's always something that connects, your favorite drummer to the product that you use. So yeah,
Yeah,
like hey, it's Koi. What's up, guys? Nice mask, Sareth. I'm like, thanks. So I don't know
nice.
who. Yeah, I think it might be your bandmate because, like, I think it is. Who knows?
What's the name?
Koye. I think it might be a
Okay,
friend.
Hawaii.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hello, person. Where the guys are right now.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, like
Yeah,
I have like a Vic Firth, like oh, this is a Quez. We performed stand up together in uh in Melbourne this past Sunday, and it was a black church, so it was like a very interesting mix. And like what the person that went before me said a curse word, and I'm like, oh
oh
no,
yeah.
wild times. Man, but I kept mine clean though, like church clean. So I'm like, thank it. Some of it hit, some of it didn't, but it all went well. So
Understood. That's cool though. Yeah. Always nice to bring comedy everywhere you can.
big time. I had to diversify my bonds because usually I'm a dirty comic, so I had to go to Wu Tang Financial.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, I wear like a Vic Firth lanyard all the time because like my favorite drummer is Jeff Friedel from A Perfect Circle and Pussifer and Devo and stuff. And so
Nice.
he uses those sticks, and so he's a pretty cool cat. I met him backstage at the Perfect Circle concert. I skipped my high school reunion just to go to that one, and for some strange reason,
Ah,
I always found my way back
okay.
sometimes.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Like Billy Howardell was there to sign my poster, and um, Matt McJunkins and James Ehoff from Smashing Pumpkins also played for a Perfect Circle, but he was on his phone and Maynard was getting acupuncture somewhere, so it was pretty wild to say the least.
Ooh.
You ever meet any famous bands besides like Havoc and stuff?
Mm. Besides Havoc, I'd say Stephen Gill from 200 Stab Wounds.
Uh-huh.
We just met him. Well, we met him a while back when he was still in Subtype Zero at the Zodiac when it was still also open. But yeah, we played a show with them when we were still Voltaic, and we met up. We hung around for a little bit, and then the next time we hung around was when we played with them when they were 200 Stab Wounds, and we were still Voltaic, and we played at the Triple Nickel, I believe, the old location. And yeah, we met Steve again there. And then most recently, we went to their show that they had at the Black Sheep, and we met them there again as well. As far as anybody else like that, I would say no. I've never met anybody in that status just yet, besides those two characters and all their homies too. So yeah, and then I guess you too, because you're pretty big around the U.S. and Florida and all that stuff.
It just happened. It was just a Halloween costume that just took off on its own. So I'm like, heck yeah,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's cool.
good times, dude. And yeah, I didn't know the Triple Nickel moved, and so I remember when like the Astros worked there, and I'm glad they have What's Left. And how did your show go at What's Left?
Oh, dude, it was cool. It was a nice venue. It was pretty big. It was bigger than I expected. But yeah, they accommodated us well. They had free drink for us and all that stuff. So I thought it was awesome. But all their collection was really awesome. My homies got themselves a couple shirts. Um, and then my other friend AJ got himself some stickers. He even got himself a Wu Tang sticker. But funny enough. Uh, yeah, it was just a really cool venue. It was set up really nice. I just loved all the accommodations. I'm pretty sure there was a bigger room downstairs because I saw a downstairs part that said tattoos and stuff. I was like, oh, it's bigger. And I also heard music from there. I was like, music happening down there. but yeah, it was cool. I really liked the place. I also saw the mural at the back or on the side of the building. They had a bunch of like old homies that passed away and whatnot. We took a picture with the tombstone that had Randy and Joe on it, and I was like, "Yo, that's really cool." And there was Pablo Mike too, and there was just a bunch of other people that were like, represented from the scene. I'm just like, "Whoa, that's really cool," everybody's kind of like coming together at this place.
Big time. And that's what I love about the Astros. Is like they show us love, the Pueblo cats and all the people that
Keep
have.
the history alive. Keep
Yeah,
it alive.
absolutely. I went there once, I believe, or twice. Once for like doing stand up open mic over at Vultures the night before or the day of, and I hung out with Goat with Sean Beeman at his shop,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and we were back
I
up.
know those guys.
Hell yeah, dude! Like before I went on stage, I smoked Method Man's weed, and then I thought I was killing on stage, and then I watched the video back, and I didn't do too good. It was all in my head.
It happens, it happens. What can you do?
Yeah. So if you want to buy Method Man's weed, it's at Rocky Mountain Blaze in Pueblo West. It's called Decal, and
Tikal. Oh, Tikal. Yeah, Tikal, Tikal of him to be calling and stuff like that.
it's pretty strong, though. I'll tell you that much. Holy crap! And I only took like one
Oh,
hit, and
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, jeez."
I'll
And
have
then,
to try it. Sounds pretty good.
oh yeah, highly recommend. No pun intended. And I went there to see Scrotus play, and that was and John Bueno play too. So that was good times. He was in John Bueno
Yeah.
has a new band, a group thing, music project called As in Heaven, As in Hell, and he's performing on the first night. So definitely go check him out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should
I'm
go
gonna
do.
be there. I'm gonna try to be there both days of it, or all the days that you're gonna have your show. I'm gonna be there.
Hell
It'll be
yeah,
fun.
can't
Can't
wait to
wait.
see.
Can't wait.
Me neither. Yeah, Quez says yeah, referring to that lady that cussed in the church, and it was in the cafeteria, so it sort of counts, but it was in front of old black folks. I'm like, oh, I can't believe you did it. And then he goes, yeah, you did great. I'm like, thanks. I was struggling so hard
Yeah.
to not to cuss or say like bad things that you're not supposed to in a church. So
Yeah. Gotta switch it up a bit sometimes. Keep it PG.
big time. And you saw me earlier before we went out live. I said I I. I said I look like four celebrities, and I said I look like Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Brad Pitt.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. That's a cool mixture. Yeah.
Yeah, had to throw him off a little. But man, I'm so glad that you're going to be a part of the show and it's the fest again. And speaking of, like, what does Stress Fest mean to you?
Uh, Thankful to be here, by the way. But what was that last question you just said?
Oh, what does Stress Fest mean to you?
Oh, Sareth Fest mean to me. Off the top of the dome right now, I'd say just a community, getting together, getting people together, unifying, coming together, sharing ideas, sharing views. Um, but if I really want to think about it, I'd say it's a really nice concert or a really nice festival, better said, with a bunch of people that are all very cool and like-minded, and just a good summer festival. The kind of festival that it's like, oh yeah, let's go to that festival. It's a really nice summer day. Kind of all ages too, which is what makes it even cooler. Like people from all kinds of lives will just like get together in this one place and share a moment.
Big time. That's what I do it for, is for you all and give back to the scene that made me. And I just love coming back home and having the family reunion. I call it family instead of family. So
So
that's
thanks.
I learned that from the band that I used to like. I managed like I voluntarily managed the Widowhood Effect. It was like Brandon Benoit and Russell and James Curtis, and so it's pretty fun times. But all good things must come to an end sometimes. But yeah. So
Very
Kez,
much, yes, sir.
he said such a good joke for the Ninja Turtle joke. So I'm like, I'm glad you love it. So yeah, man. So so thanks to K Nails and Spa for giving me like free manicures when I get home, and because I need them because my hands get dirty. And then
Oh yeah.
Kano and Kwan's kitchen for the free food whenever I go there because your boy sometimes can't cook that good, so but they're always there.
Yeah. Tom's
But
Kitchen's always good too. I love food.
mm-hmm, for sure. So Rafi, do you have any final words you'd like to give out to the audience at home?
Um, Thanks for watching. Go to the Sarah show and go watch all the bands every day.
Heck yeah, dude. Give it up for Quez for joining us too. That was a lot of fun. So
All
awesome. For
right,
women,
cool, cool. Thanks for
get
having
home.
me, man.
You're welcome, Rafi. You rock, dude. I can't wait to see you rock on stage again.
Thank you. You too. Can't wait to see you there.